We have just rolled over 12,000 miles in my MK8 GTI and a little over a year of owning this car. And so in this video, I want to give you kind of a recap of the last 12,000 miles, my thoughts on the car after 1 year of owning this thing, and ultimately if I still recommend it as one of the best daily drivers available right now. So let's get straight into it. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with my channel here, I'm going to run through some of the modifications that we have on this car and that we've done to this thing over the last year. If you are a subscriber and you've watched a lot of the recent videos, you guys are gonna know this, but as a little recap, here are the mods that we have thus far. And I think we gotta start under the hood for this one because the most fun comes from everything under the hood here. What do we got? Well, we got the Unitronic intake here. We have Unitronic's Uniflex module over here with their Uniflex flex fuel sensor. We have Unitronic's intercooler as well back behind there that you won't be able to see, and we are running Unitronic's Stage 1 Plus file, where I usually run a mix of E85 on this car, usually around E50. Now, if you have been watching my videos, you know that Unitronic has been a huge sponsor of the channel, which I am very appreciative of, and over this last year, I gotta give my respects to them because I have not had one single hiccup with their software on this car since tuning it. And like I said, I've been tuned for almost this entire 12,000 miles. I think it's probably been around 1,000 miles of when I started tuning this car and going down that path. And thus far, fingers crossed, we have not had any reliability issues with this thing. And I really hope I didn't jinx it right there, so I'm crossing my fingers. But guys, the tune has been rock solid on this thing. Off the dealership lot, the GTI is a ton of fun to drive. It's light, it's nimble, it's fairly quick for what it is. But once you tune this thing, even just a Stage 1 tune on these cars, they really come alive. And I'm a firm believer. I knew as soon as I bought this thing that we were gonna be tuning it fairly quickly once we got it. And I do not regret that decision whatsoever. It's made it 100 times more fun to drive. And as far as like gas mileage goes and practicality, I can run this thing on 93 if I want with the Uniflex file, fill up with E85 another day, run a mixture of anything in between, and still average like 25 to 30 mpg just depending on how I drive. Now I can get less than that if I'm ripping it on full E, but you get the point. Now real quick, a couple of the other modifications, just so I don't exclude anything here. We have the AWE track and touring setup exhaust. I say that because I go back and forth between the two. Right now I'm running the touring setup and it's a little quieter. I kind of like that right now, but I do have the track resonator delete pipe section that we've had on the car at certain points in time over the last year, and I also enjoy that. A little more drone with that setup. We got APR's wheels here, 19-inch. A02, I believe, is the model of these wheels. And I also have their lowering springs on here, which I do really like. I get a little noise out of them, but overall, pretty nice ride, not too low. Overall, pretty satisfied with them. We got some aero stuff. I got a spoiler on the back from Z Aero that I threw on here. But as far as like performance-wise and things of that nature, that's pretty much it. I have a dog bone insert too, which has been imperative to stop the wheel hop on this car because as we started tuning this thing, wheel hop was really pronounced and it was pretty nasty. So with all the modifications out of the way here now, I want to answer a question, and that question is, should you tune your MK8 GTI? I get that question a lot on Instagram, on my YouTube channel here, asking how I like the tune. Should I tune my car? And honestly, after 12,000 miles of this thing, I absolutely think you would love it if you're considering tuning your MK8. Now, there is a couple things to be aware of though. Obviously, when you tune your vehicle, you may or may not be able to use your warranty depending on what or if something fails on your vehicle. If you tune your car and you have a window switch that fails, your warranty should work just as normal and the dealership should take care of you. However, if you tune your car and you have some sort of engine issue, then you're probably not going to be able to get the help from the dealer that you would if you weren't tuned. So just something to keep in mind. However, if you are looking to kind of push the envelope a little bit, you want more out of your daily driver, you want more out of your GTI, 100%, I think a Stage 1 or Stage 1 Plus file has been really good to me, and I haven't had any issues with it, and I think they're run pretty conservatively as far as some companies are. Not all companies. However, Unitronic, I can definitely stand by them. Their stuff has been great for the car over the last year. So, do I recommend tuning the car? I think so. I had a lot of fun with it, and I think you would too. But that's a decision for you to make. But yeah, I think you'll love it. Now, if you've made it through this video up until this point, first off, I just want to thank you for watching here. And I want to say that we are super close to 10,000 subscribers. We're about like 40 subscribers off right now. So if you are one of my subscribers, I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you subscribing up to the channel. I just wanted to kind of let that be known that we're super close to that. And I think that is great. That's super cool that you guys are enjoying some of the GTI content that I put out there. So thanks to you guys for watching. And if you made it this far, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of the next video that I'm going to be putting out here in a few weeks of a new mod going on the car, and I'm going to show you that right now. I think it's one of the most talked about modifications and the most transformative modifications you can do to these little GTIs from what I hear as far as handling goes. And that modification is in this box right here. You can see it's from 034 Motorsports, and I got it from BMP Tuning. I'm not sponsored by them. This is not gonna be a sponsored video, but it is a adjustable rear sway bar from 034. We're gonna go through the whole process of installing the rear sway bar on the car, and then I'm gonna give you my impressions of it, and hopefully we can see a pretty good difference on the GTI and how it handles in the corners. That's what I'm looking forward to. So that's coming in the next video, which I'm pretty excited about. Now, to kind of bring this video full circle here, guys, after 12,000 miles, over a year of ownership, do I still recommend the GTI as a daily driver, as a good daily driver? And I gotta say 100% yes, guys. The GTI literally is the jack of all trades, especially when it's tuned and you have some mods under the hood here. The power is amazing, the handling is great, although they do push a little bit in the corners, which hopefully the rear sway bar that we just showed you and that we're installing in the next couple weeks here will fix some of that. It is just a little light, nimble, fun, quick car that can still be very practical, get your groceries, do all that jazz that you need to do every single day, but it allows you to have fun doing it. Are there faster cars out there? Absolutely. Can you make these things extremely fast and fun? Absolutely. Are they fun in stock form? Yeah, they're definitely fun in stock form. So if it's stock and you're enjoying it, keep it stock. But one of the coolest parts, I think, about the GTI platform and Volkswagens in general is the amount of modifications out there for these things. It's absolutely huge. It's pretty much endless, which is a ton of fun for folks like me who like modifying their cars. So anyways, I absolutely think the GTI is one of the best daily drivers you can get. I am still loving this car after 12,000 miles. Would I replace this thing with anything? The only thing I would think of replacing this thing with in maybe the years to come would be a Golf R to experience the all-wheel drive. So if you've gone from a GTI to a Golf R, I want to hear from you in the comment section. How was the transition there? I hear a lot of great things about the R, and I think it'd be great, but the price tag is kind of steep. I'm not gonna lie to you. And for the amount of fun that I'm having with the GTI right now, I'm completely content with this thing. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. We're gonna install a rear sway bar next time, and we're gonna see how this thing handles around some turns. You guys have a great day. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.